As you integrate with the CRM, a couple of other options become available. The first is the actual ability to have a predictive score for a contact. And so you'll see this off to the left here, the AI predictive score. This is going to take into account a couple of different elements from the behaviors that we're seeing here, everything from the email, web, search, media, SMS, social, even some custom touch points available here, as well as CRM level data to identify how likely this person is to convert on a 0 to 100% scale. And so based on that information, in addition to the standard scoring that you can leverage, you also get that AI predictive score that can help you to identify, A, is my scoring actually leading towards the right conversions? But B, is this another audience that I can reach out to and communicate with? And so you have that other touch point of what is the CRM data and the marketing behavior telling you about the likelihood of an individual to convert. The next layer of data is the actual AI recommended audiences. And again, this is going to take into account data from CRM and from the marketing activities to recommend some potential audiences that you might want to reach out to. And so what you're seeing here is we've got a couple of different audiences looking at re-engaged contacts. So these are people coming from a particular source that actually hasn't taken any action over the last 90 days. So this segment is generated here for an audience that we might want to actually reach out to and try a re-engagement campaign. Or maybe we can suppress them against common newsletters or other things that we're sending that they're not showing interest in, and put them in maybe a slower term engagement. And so we'll give you some ideas of why are we recommending this segment for you, what you can do with the segments. And this could be anything from this re-engaged, from a disengaged audience, from a consistent audience of people who are consuming your content, but not actually taking the next step to convert into a qualified lead. What can we do to generate that? And so this will take into account that activity. And all you have to do to generate that segment is hit this create segment functionality, and this will actually generate that in your contact list as well. And so that will be a rolling segment that you can leverage here for automation, for single emails that you might use. In the analytics suite, and this is the only add-on that we're talking about here, where you have the ability in the AI analytics to actually take into account a number of different elements. And so I'll look into the forms element here to show you the first aspect. In addition to all of the standard metrics, you do have the ability to do an AI analysis of any of the data sets that we're looking at. So something like the form submissions, if I want to understand why we're getting this increase, I can hit this button to run a change analysis, and this will actually look at what data sets have fed into what I'm doing and identify the reasons behind the changes in my activity. And so I can, when I have to explain this in executive meetings or to my manager, I can go and say, hey, this one actually had a huge increase because I've actually done a couple of social posts. I've done these other things. We need to do more of this sort of activity. Or you may see, we ran a webinar and there's been a tailing off. It's part of the natural flow of business, but we get the insights into that information. Now, the second layer of that AI for the analytics suite is in the natural language processing. So I can ask, what are my top 10 forms by conversion rate, or whatever I wanted to ask. And in addition to giving search results based on that, we'll use that natural language processing to break apart the query that you've put in this section here to actually generate a report for you. And so you don't have to be a data scientist to build this out. You can start from the report that the generative AI has created for you. You can go in then and adjust the report as needed. And so if I see, hey, these conversion rates are a little bit off, let me go ahead and add the conditions to where the conversion rates are going to be less than 100% here. I can adjust that. And so I'm using that generative AI again to create the overall report, but then I have control to dial it into exactly what I need to look for. Now, the third aspect of the AI is within the Spot IQ analysis, which allows you to actually look at outliers, trends, and cross-correlation across the data set that you're looking for. And it will run an analysis across the entire set to identify, are there outliers? Are there trends that you should be paying attention to? is there a correlation between the different assets that you're leveraging here? And you can decide what data you want to actually leverage here as part of the analysis, select to analyze this, and this will take me a little while for that to run, but this will actually create that analysis for you, and you can see, okay, what is the actual analysis that I have here? What's the actual report that I'm getting? And this will show, okay, we've got some additional queries that we're looking at from a form conversion rate, so we can see what are the outliers in these top two sections here. Here are a couple of dates when we're having the most effective campaign. So you can see a few of the assets or a few of the insights that become available. So hopefully this has given a good overview of the capabilities of the marketing tool to actually provide some AI insights and generative capabilities. If there are additional questions, we're happy to follow up with additional answers.